99X and no doubt, Spiderwebs, it's Barnes and Leslie. We are the Morning X, and we do have a very large stack of cash.
Well, we've already done it once today, but that doesn't mean we're not going to do it again. I'm talking about the 5K a day on 99X. Your chance at $1,000 5 times a day. Who knows what could happen on this show? Also, you need some concert tickets. You want some concert tickets? AFI, October 17th at the Masquerade. The Steve Show has those for you, 10 to 3 today, and then Will Pendarvis, 3 to 7 with more tickets for the B-52s and Devo.
We've got a someone you should know. When I was 14, Little Barnes was just wearing Iron Maiden t-shirts, not much different than today, and roaming around on his bike doing stupid things. Not all 14-year-olds are in that mode. They take the blinders off and they actually do really good things. This someone you should know is out on the West Coast, Shania Gill. And I want to let her tell you what, but basically the scenario is, in 2022, a fire burned down a restaurant behind her home in San Jose. So 2022, not that long ago. Let's bring her in. Good morning, Shania. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good. Shania Gill. So this restaurant, what was the restaurant that burned down?
It was a local restaurant in my community. It was called Holder's Country, and it burned down in the middle of the night. And, I mean, local news went crazy, and it was just a really unfortunate event.
So this burns down, and you get a feeling at some point to do what?
So, I mean, I started investigating it because, I mean, it's such a striking event. And I found that this restaurant, just as any other restaurant in the U.S., is mandated to have smoke detectors. So with that safety precaution, why is it, still burning down? Why are people's livelihoods and communities being affected by this? And with further research, I realized that smoke detectors don't do a good enough job in protecting you. I 100% advocate for them. They should be in every home, but they just take too much time to alert somebody of a fire when it's there. Like in school and fire drills, they tell us if you start a fire, then we'll evacuate, we'll do all the necessary stuff, but we can't really do much until it gets big enough for the smoke detector to detect it. The state that we're in right now for fire safety just isn't good enough, so I wanted to create a product that could keep us safer. And so from that, I made Vigil.
Okay, let's go back. First of all, emotionally, this must have affected you about the restaurant didn't have a smoke detector, but then you found out that smoke detectors take a very long time to detect fires. So what made you want to investigate this in the first place? This is fascinating.
Smoke detectors, they just take too long. So I created Vigil, which is an AI-driven monitoring device. And more than fires, it can monitor forever you want it to, and that's because there's AI, so it's very versatile. So you can monitor for fire hazards, unusual movement, unauthorized entry. My personal favorite, I left Vigil facing my backyard because something was pecking up my lawn. There would be spots of dirt in the grass. And then so Vigil alerted me when it saw an animal digging it up, and it was crows that were pecking at the lawn to get the worms out. So it's also, a really great safety device, but for convenience, if you want to find something out, if you want Vigil to alert you when your daughter comes home, she walks through the door and you set up Vigil there, then it can. So it's a really versatile device. It's great for your safety and for your inconvenience.
So this hasn't been done before? Because you see all the cameras like Nest or whatever who have AI built in.
Yeah.
What makes your AI different than theirs? And by the way, everybody, don't forget we're talking to a 14-year-old.
Yeah, let's remind them of that.
Yes. Unreal.
What I like about it is that it's not previously done. You have those cameras that, they'll detect you if someone walks in your door.
Right.
They'll detect you if there's motion in the front yard. But right now, nobody lets you type in a prompt to the app and say, when my dog pees on the floor, let me know. That's not a thing because that's so niche. But we're able to do that because our AI is so versatile and there's so many things you can do about it. And one of the key factors that I think really distinguishes us is that we're selling the product for $20 USD, which is not heard of anywhere. I know other main brands, like the ones you mentioned, they go for $300, $400. The cheaper ones are like $200, and then there's a monthly subscription, which is insane to me. So yeah, we're able to get really versatile products at a very affordable cost.
Wow, we're talking to Shania Gill. She has developed Vigil. Do you have a patent on this?
So this product is meant to be completely accessible, and I want this type of technology where AI is used for safety. I want it to be as widespread as possible. So I left it without a patent. And right now we're getting it to the market where the people that have reached out to me, I'm getting the product to them in around a month. And by the end of this year, it'll be mass produced and anybody could buy it through our website. And so, yeah, that's really exciting.
So you don't want to patent it, or you can't patent it? Is that why you didn't pursue a patent?
I don't want to patent it.
Okay, you don't want to.
Yeah, like as widespread as possible.
So you want it open source? Yeah. Oh, wow. That's unbelievable.
I want to ask you a question, because you taught yourself how to code in order to do this, and then you won this $25,000 top prize at the Thermo Fisher Scientific Junior Innovators Challenge in 2023. How long did it take you to learn how to code?
Man, it was definitely a work in progress. So, as I was developing the product, I had a really strong want to just not code at all. Honestly, computer science it hasn't really been my thing. But I found that it was really necessary. You needed to code to be able to do something like this. So mainly it was just going on YouTube, watching those tutorials. If I wasn't sure about something, I just look it up. And then later, as all these ChatGPT stuff came out that I'm now implementing in my device, I would ask, ChatGPT, like, oh, how do you do this? And it'd give me a lot more personal. Yeah, so it's kind of just trial and error.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Well, we did a show long before you were even a thought of being born. And so when we come back for our third tour of duty later in life, in about 20 years, I want to have you on and see what you're doing, because it's unbelievable at 14 how much action you've already got stirred up. And beyond fire safety, you also have mentioned other use cases. And I know you've talked about like tracking children or monitoring elderly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which are you most excited about of all the possibilities?
Oh, that's good. So I guess something that was new to me that I didn't know. I went to conventions and I talked to people who worked in fire departments, firefighters and, EMS workers. I wanted to know, like what they knew most, what they thought was most important. And it turns out most of the calls that, EMS workers go to, firefighters go to, aren't fire related. It's because the old lady next door, she fell and she couldn't get up and she needed help. And, usually elderly falls, helping the disabled. So a use case that's really strong and really powerful is that this can watch for, if an elderly person falls, it can, and they set the settings up that way, it can go straight and just alert the fire department so that the fire department can come help them. They can get images of like what's happening in their house, and it's really great for people at risk. Another case that somebody once told me was that they were in the hospital and they were at risk of falling, and they were really sick and they were week. And something that they hated most about it is that the nurses, they needed to be there while they showered because it was a safety hazard for them to not be there. They felt like their privacy was really being infringed on. Mm-hmm. So they told me, I really want this, so I can tell the hospital, oh, I have this device and I can just set it up, and then if I fall in the shower, it'll be AI detecting it, and then AI can tell the nurse or whoever, and that would make me feel more comfortable than if there was a person there.
Man,
Shania, you're like saving the world.
You're a smart kid.
You're like saving the world. So you want to sell 100,000 units to really make a difference. Have you thought about going on Shark Tank?
Shark Tank is mainly for funding and those things, which I do need at this point. I'm kind of going around to VCs and those people, especially in my area because I live in the Bay Area.
Oh, man, you've got to go on Shark Tank. They love kids, especially smart kids that come up with an idea like this and execute, technology that's being talked about so much. You've got to apply. You've got to.
Okay, I'll take your advice.
No, I mean, hey, listen, you're the one who's smart here, not me. I'm just saying from what I've seen, this is incredible. Congratulations. If people want to get Vigil, how do they get it?
So it's going to be mass-produced so that everyone can buy it through our website in December. But what I love that people are doing now is that they're reaching out to me through email or Instagram. You can just message me on my Instagram, and I can get the product to you within a month.
What is it? What's your Instagram?
Is ShanyaGill. That's my name, Shania Gill. And just DM me on about that, and then I'll get back to you. I love it when people reach out to me. Amazing. You can also email me, shanya@vigil.inc. That's my email. And yeah, I just love it when people reach out to me. It feels like I'm really doing something.
Especially when they're swiping a card. What do you actually get? Do you get an item? Like what is it you send them?
Yeah, I send them an item. So it's an actual physical device.
That's a physical device. Okay. Wow.
It's a very quick process to set it up, and then there's an app, and you can type in whatever you want it to look it for.
Sign me up. I'm going to message you right now.
I'm really happy.
How much is it?
It's $20.
I'm so impressed.
Done. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Done and done. Yeah. All right. We'll put you on our website so people can find you. This is really impressive. Someone you should know, Shania Gill, who has come up with an app using AI called Vigil, which does a whole lot of things, including saving lives. Congratulations, Shania. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Someone you should know. This is 99X.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast, American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.